Hi, my name is David Beausoleil with CAST Lighting. I'd like to take the next few minutes going over with you retrofitting our existing walkway lights with a new high-efficiency LED light source. Okay, the first step in the process is we're going to be removing this S8 socket and we're going to be replacing it with this single contact bayonet socket, and this is called a standoff. So it's a real simple process. First thing we have to do is we need to remove the lamp. The next thing is we have to separate the vase from the stem. Very simply, you just unscrew this. It comes right off. Take out a pair of wire cutters. Cut the wires. Make sure you don't allow these wires to slip back into the stem because it can take a few seconds to rethread it through. Then what you need to do is this is the crimp connection with the heat shrink. You need to cut that off and then basically reach inside the vase, grab that S8 socket and remove it. First part of the process is done. So what you first need to do is take this single contact bayonet socket and this standoff piece. We need to screw these parts together. So you thread the wire through and then simply screw these together. Okay, now that they're together nice and tight, you need to take this lock washer thread this through, put the wire through the body of the vase, and then simply you want to get it in there, and if you have a nice pair of pliers, or just I use a glove because the socket's kind of sharp, just get a quarter turn on it so it's in there nice and snug. Then all we need to do is we're going to be making the electrical connection between the socket and the lead wire coming off of the fixture. Real simple. We're going to strip about 1/4 inch off of the 16 gauge wire. The socket wire comes pre-stripped. We're going to take our 3/16 heat shrink insulator, put it over each piece of wire. We're going to take our crimp connection, and then you simply put the wires together like this using our crimping tool. Crimp our first connection. Make sure it's nice and tight. You'll notice I'm not spinning the wire here. We're keeping the strands of wire straight. Oops. And once again, crimp down nice and tight. Once we're finished, we're going to take our heat shrink connection, insulator, going to put it over dead center. We have our heat gun, and we're going to heat up the connections here to shrink the tubing down. Now it's real important when we reassemble these parts that we don't allow these wires to get twisted up real tight, because what that does is if these wires get twisted up real tight, it'll take the spring that's here and it'll put pressure on it, and it won't make a good connection with the new LED light source. So you have to make sure that these wires stay straight. So when you're reassembling the vase to the stem, it's important. You can do this one of two ways. You turn the vase back, count 10 times. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we screw it back onto the stem here, and you have a perfect retrofit. Then all we need to do is pop the lamp in and we're good to go. Okay, so that concludes our instructions on how to retrofit our small area assembly or large area assembly to a high efficiency LED light source.